The names there are probably names of friends and those who worked for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win the election, the presidential election. I see everybody whose name that is there as one who have played one role or the other, to ensure that we merge either at the party level or another level, the general election level.
In the meantime, gender advocates are calling for more women to be nominated for ministerial positions. They insist on the full implementation of the 35% affirmation action of women in public governance as ordered by the Federal High Court Abuja in 2022. This comes after the first batch of 28 names of President Bola Tinubu's ministerial list included the names of 6 women. Gender advocate Inyingi Irimaha tells correspondent Constance Mega that the number is fair, it's a fair start, and says it is still not enough.
We are hoping that there will be more subsequently. This is also a rallying point for women across Nigeria to galvanize themselves and demand for more, because 35% is the mark, not the mark that you should reach, the mark that you must surpass. When we talk about 35% affirmative action, it's almost as if once you hit 35%, you're good. In Africa, we are one of the least with women in parliament and leadership positions in general. It's a good thing when a list is dropped and there are women on that list. It is fair, but this is not the pass mark so far.
She also believes the nomination of women should go beyond party lines.
I'm not saying it is wrong to compensate party members for supporting your campaign and doing a good job. He has the capacity to bring in good heads. So I'd like to see him identify these technocrats that are females to join his team and join these 6 trailblazing women. And I'd also like to say that in nominating a minister for women affairs, because I'm sure that the minister for women affairs will be in this first list, it's just not about nominating a woman that can mobilize. You need a woman that understands what it means to mainstream gender into development.
On her part, Dr. Hilda Desmond Hekari of the African Women Lawyers Association (AWLA) says Nigeria should learn from other nations where more women are given opportunity to serve.
There are so many other areas apart from ministerial positions where women have not been well represented in the National Assembly, same with the Senate and our different houses of assembly. Nigeria has come of age and we should learn from other civilized nations. There are even more women than men in the country. Goal 5 of the United Nations, gender equality and gender parity, is very clear. Women should be as well represented as the men in all matters of national affairs. This 35% affirmative action should be across board.
As you may know, on the 6th of April 2022, a federal high court in Abuja mandated the federal government to implement the provisions of the National Gender Policy of 2006 on 35% affirmative action on appointive positions. In a related development, 5 children of former governors have been appointed as chairmen of various standing committees of the House of Representatives. Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, during plenary session on Thursday, announced the constitution of 134 standing committees in the Green Chamber. Chief of Staff to President Femi Gbajabiamila has hinted at the possibility of creating new ministries in the country. Mr. Gbajabiamila gave the hint while fielding questions from the State House correspondents after the list of ministerial nominees was submitted to the Senate on Thursday. He also explained why President Tinubu did not attach portfolios to the names of ministerial nominees as widely expected.
As good as that sounds, it straitjackets the president to pigeonhole one person in an office and the other. What happens then if you change your mind? If you change your mind, you then bring the person back for screening again, because the president is at liberty to change your mind. For instance, if a lot of these things have their merits and demerits, advantages and disadvantages. I like the idea of attaching portfolios because it makes for necessary the Senate to know exactly what you're asking and what you're looking for. But for now, it's been thought wise that we stick to the tradition of sending names.
The Chief of Staff also said the second part, comprising 13 names, would be sent to the National Assembly.
The remainder names, not sure how many, probably about 12, maybe 13, will be forwarded to the Senate in the coming days. All the nominees themselves are concerned, and like I said, Mr. President took his time to sift through those names. He dissected those names with a fine-tooth comb. It's a good mix of both people with political acumen and technocrats, as they say. So it's a good balance needed to move the country forward.
As you may know, the law requires the president to appoint a minister from each of the 36 states, but the current list has names of nominees from 25 states, leaving out 11 states. The states not yet covered are Lagos, Kano, Adamawa, Bayelsa, Gombe, Kebbi, Kogi, Osun, Plateau, Yobe, Zamfara. But Bauchi, Cross River, and Katsina states got 2 slots each. Away from that, a middle-aged woman identified as Temi Tokpe has accused a police officer of assaulting her with a machete following her refusal to vacate a piece of land at Obirikwere where she lived and sold for 5 years. The woman, who came to the Wazobia Info FM complex in blood-stained clothes, told our correspondent that the landowner had leased it and the occupiers were looking forward to her vacating the land. She said an altercation has occurred between herself and 2 other occupants of the land following the officer's move.
I come there with a argue. Now the man come policeman come tell me say I should live there because the time when we dey fight, I see the man now policeman they smoke go they front dates now they smoke go in the China where they for Obrikere in the among the security where they secure the chain. He come carry cutlass begin they knock me so I should live there. I just do this thing. I want to tell and say 2 person they fight supposed to ask. But it happened. Now you can't carry my shot me for 4 times.
And she said when the matter was reported to Choba police station, she was asked to get treatment, returned to pay some amount of money for the police to formally arrest the officer.
I go Choba to go before not sure they would happen. They have to wait up my thing. They can say I should go there or I should find my way to treat myself. After myself finish, I should come there. I'll find money to arrest the person. Now come on. I can't ask them how much. I should call them for phone. They will tell me how much I will bring. They give me.
A passenger in the taxi which she boarded on her way to get treatment also spoke to our correspondent.
The lady who was injured stopped the driver. So when he asked why she was bleeding, she said she was being caught by a police officer. The chauffeur asked that's where she stopped and was asking for assistance so he can pick her up. So that was when we saw her and we had pity on her. She showed us evidence that she was just coming back from the police station and told us exactly what they said, that she should treat herself and she had to bring money.
The state police command is yet to speak on this. Police say they have arrested the notorious cultists from the other axis of River State as General Danger and Double Chief. Briefing newsmen on some of the achievement of the command, the state of police, Umundi Emeka, said the suspect and his gang members who were still on the run are responsible for the kidnapping and killing of Justice Asumia, the protocol officer or former chief of staff of River State Government House.
In the case of kidnapping and murder, arrested both suspects ran away to Ngoro community in Owode Ipa for Ogun State in connection with the kidnap and murder of late Justice Asunda. During interrogation, the suspects confessed to have paid a ransom of 2 million naira through a bank transaction from the family before he was murdered. And on 20th July, members of the gang engaged the police operative on battle.
Correspondent to Bureau reported the Commissioner of Police also said that in the week some members of a car snatching syndicate were arrested and 3 suspected armed robbers were also arrested. Who took the operatives to their hideout where 1 revolver pistol, a Toyota saloon car, iPhone, Technophones, plasma television and laptop computer were recovered. Some of those arrested spoke to the men.
When we got there, he hasn't brought out the states. He hasn't brought out the states. So this night I got there by 10:30. So we packed there. As we packed there, he brought out the cutter. He was using it to cut the shop. That process when we are arguing why he cut the shop, the vigilantes there just came out. And I parked my car already and I've come down from the car, so I just ran and left my car there at that position. I told them to play in number, but the main person, the particular person. This is the first time I've done this before, but this one I really commit it. And if it's been a complete offense, so I commit this offense. I've never done it before. I've never said very good for this is the first time.
A victim described how he was robbed.
They came to my house and at 30 a.m. They threatened to kill me, my wife and my son. We took them time to be ourselves, hoping that the security cars in my area was still active. But getting to in the morning, I got to understand that these people, all the security cars, they tied them up before coming to my house. So many so many things. They gave me about 7 machete cuts. About 2 machete cuts. They cut my hands and also my back, my legs. They took my.
Well, still to come, federal government raises hazard allowance for NAFTA, NCDC, and other health workers. Stay tuned.
Congratulations to His Excellency Mr. Nyesom Ezenwo as Minister nominee.
Back to the media news right here on 2.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Jude Omanigbe. We continue stories from the Dean of Faculty of Communications and Media Studies at the University of Port Harcourt, Walter Ejirika, says media organizations must continue to maintain their credibility if they must remain relevant in the media space. Professor Ejirika said this during the inaugural workshop organized by the DeGracia Center for Media and Education for Media Practitioners in Port Harcourt.
There was a clear distinction between traditional media and digital media. We know that distinction is flawed because almost all the so-called traditional media next 2-3 days, the media has been told it to change dramatically. Also, they don't show those in America and probably pulling out of the system. They have their own platforms on Twitter and they are taking their audience with them. They are not military of that.
Also speaking, Sonny Bazel of the University of Port Harcourt practitioners to remain neutral and pay more attention to issues that unite the nation.
There are things to allow to be silent. As a use of information, you should be able to determine which one should go and which one should not go. We all in society are responsible. There are certain reports that will cause a man. Because of the responsible person to accept the data, anything you can report that will do to say a man, don't report at all. You will collect all information to be silent on that.
On his part, Professor G.B. Okon of River State University emphasized the importance of the agenda-setting responsibility of the media.
And the members of the mass media in every organized society is one of the agenda-setting function of the mass media. And the agenda-setting function of the mass media simply says to lead the society on the path of rationality rather than docility or complacence. We need to take the internet to prepare the society towards a knowledge-driven society. And what we need to activate their mental capacity. When they activate their mental capacity, they banish docility, banish complacence.
Also speaking, the executive of the Gracious Center for Media Rights and Education, Paulinus Insidim, said the workshop is aimed at restoring the value of media because of its pivotal role in society. The New Nigeria Foundation has warned against intake and sales of alcoholic products to pregnant women, lactating mothers, and minors. Deputy Director of the Foundation, Buni Olatunde, said this during roundtable discussions on the role of media in influencing position-taking culture held in Port Harcourt.
Anytime a pregnant woman drinks alcohol, the alcohol goes directly to the baby through the umbilical cord. There are lots of effects that has. Disabilities, you can have stillbirth, you can have developmental challenges for the baby. In the Nigerian law, you are not expected to serve alcohol to minors. That's people below the age of 18. In the international based products, for example, you will see all their trophy and all the other products that they have that's alcoholic. It has that logo, 18+. The alcoholic products have to be served to minors. It is against the law.
The federal government upward review of hazard allowance for non-hospital-based health professionals in the country. The government made this known in a circular dated 26th of July and signed by the chairman and chief executive officer of the National Salaries, Incomes and Wage Commission, Eko Nta. The Importers Association of Nigeria, River State and has appointed Macaulay Chinemem Inhu as Director of Intelligence 4 and Alexander Uba Ezewoke as Director of Intelligence 3. Director of Operations of the association, Shedrack Omar Musa, in the statement said they were appointed into those positions with merit. Finally, from the international scene, the Interior Ministry of Niger's new ruling junta has banned all demonstrations after supporters of the coup set fire to oust the president's party headquarters. From the Interior Ministry said the state will ensure that the law is enforced. The ministry called on security forces to protect the public and their property. Well, before a quick recap, former River State Governor Yusuf Wike, Kaduna State Governor El Rufai will appear before Senate screening Monday. President Tinubu administration hinted on the creation of new ministries. 5 former governors' children will chair House of Representatives. Police in River State have rolled out their latest achievement. River State government, on the foreign scene, Niger junta banned demonstrations in wake of coup. The news was edited by Martha Okere and Kem. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this afternoon with temperatures about 26 to 27 degrees centigrade. Please be advised. Peace is the path to the prosperity of the nation. Let peace reign. My name is Jude Omamibe. Thank you for listening and good afternoon.